creature with a 10-foot wingspan and red glowing eyes. He might be a bit imposing of a figure. He did appear first in 1966 to a couple driving down the road. About a year later, in 1967, people had started to see the Mothman more frequently. dreamer to sleep with